Music Access. The last weekend of January is the 30th and 31st. I guess it's a good thing since we can take a look back at the past month during the weekend and also look ahead at the month to come. We can take a look at what we've done in January and think about maybe stuff we need to get done or stuff we need to do in February. We could also think about who we've met in January and who we want to meet in February. Any ideas? There's no need to feel regret or guilty about the things you weren't able to accomplish in January. You just need to make plans to get them done in the coming months. And of course, I'm sure some of you have already made plans for February, and if you have, you won't need to worry about what to do, and I'm sure it'll be a happy and exciting month. The first song you heard today, Saturday, January 30th, 2016, was Red Cassette by Mama's Gun. Wow, guys, it's already the end of the first month of the new year. It feels like time's gone by so fast. Granted, of course, this is the month when BIG, we promoted on music shows again. Thinking about it for me personally, I showed a little bit of a song I made for the first time ever on the radio. I pierced my ears, which was huge for me, and it's still a little bit huge for me. I'm still getting used to, I don't really feel them in my ears so much, but I can, when I see them in the mirror, I'm like, oh, that's right, I pierced my ears. And of course, my profession, I look in the mirror a lot, whether it's a mirror in the bathroom, a mirror in the practice room, or wherever. I have to take care of my appearance. So it's still getting used to everything, but hopefully in February, there will be some more awesome things to come. Alright guys, here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in, of course, is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And of course, if you have song requests, make sure to keep those song requests coming non-stop by posting up a message on our message board under the title Request. Now we'll check out two songs before we come back to my text and message, starting with the song Love Is The Answer by Aloe Black, followed with Ring by Laura Isabor. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me, my text message. Which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close. And if you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Corner in Corner for Saturdays, My Text Message, is all about sharing the SNS or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by, or whenever. It could have been a message that made you happy, angry, something that made you laugh out loud, or a message that made you really frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable. And also, share with us some of the messages you keep saved in your mobile device and why. So write for this corner, just write your title as My Text. Going to our first text message for our corner, we have Shweta Lukta from Bangladesh saying, Benji, can't even count the I's now. Happy Saturday, time to share some of my text messages with you. So last week, I was really very busy with my weekly tests, assignments, and all those boring classes, so I didn't have time to check my SNS. So I opened my SNS and I saw a bunch of messages from my classmates, and I checked all their messages, and guess what? They all gave me a name, Triple S, which means Super Sleepy Shreya. I'm not angry with this name, ha 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 ha. Actually, I think it was really funny. Benji, I told you that I keep falling asleep in everywhere, right? And that's why they gave me this name. Seriously, what a hectic week it was for me. Only I know. Well, of course, you could know. I do have to say that when it comes to, all this busy life and all that stuff, you can really only get adjusted to so much. For example, when BIG needs to wake up to go to these music broadcasts, we have to wake up pretty early. Sometimes we'll wake up a little bit later. We'll wake up at around, we'll say 9 or 8 or 7. And sometimes we wake up really early. For example, when we had to record for a certain show, we all woke up at, I think it was 4:30 or something, or 4, to get ready to leave at 5, because our hair and makeup was supposed to be done at 5:30. It's crazy these times you need to wake up. And so you figure out, you get all that stuff done, and then you go, dance and sing at really early in the morning. And then once it's over, it's weird because usually when you do music broadcasts, that's kind of like the end of a schedule. But then it ended so early. It's just like, there's still so much day left. What do I have to do during the day now? And yeah, hopefully you are getting enough sleep, Shreya. And if they give you a triple S, I was thinking Super Saiyan Shreya, but no, Super Sleepy Shreya. It's a nice name. Maybe they could call you Snorlax, which is not as good of a nickname as Triple S. So, enjoy that name, and hopefully you can get some upgraded specs in the next name. Maybe you'll get Quadruple S, Super, Suburban, S'mores. I like s'mores. Okay, thank you for your message. Sorry about that random rant at the end. And now we're going to check out 2 songs. Samantha of Australia wants to hear Crash and Burn by Savage Garden. And Kirine of Thailand requested Pretty Boy by M2M. We just heard the songs Crash and Burn by Savage Garden, followed by Pretty Boy by M2M. Our next message comes from Unita Swinyo from Indonesia saying, Happy Saturday, Benji. My memorable text comes from our Pablo 6 chat room, and it goes like this. Pablo 6 wrote BIG-Taula for the segment Who's in the House on Wonders of Jeju. As the order who posted it first, we got the number 1 to 5 and 7, but none of our numbers got picked, so they didn't play Taula. On the next day, I decided to sleep an hour before the show started because I was so sleepy and I didn't have proper time to sleep for the past few days. But then I woke up 12 minutes after the show started, and when I opened the chat room, I was like, what? The opening song was Taula? Pablo 6 also told me that DJ Joe said I might be screaming at home because of Taula. And they also said DJ Joe said he didn't see my name on the MB message board, I think, because actually I didn't send my song choice for the first daily segment, Who's in the House, that usually starts 10 minutes after the show started. But then I finally got to post some messages on the MB and join for the next daily segment, which is pretty cool. Thank you, of course, for always supporting BIG and supporting myself as well. Putting our music up on, Wonders of Jeju is super, super awesome. And DJ Joe as well. Shout out to DJ Joe. Thank you so much for playing our music. Really love you, man. Still haven't figured out a time when I will get to Jeju, or Jeju Island. But remember, when I do and we do meet up, I will teach you the dance moves for Taula. And we should go get some of that black pork belly, 흑돼지 삼겹살, because that stuff is Alright, so, but thanks for your message, Unita. And of course, next time, hopefully you will tune in on time. But of course, don't forget to also catch up on sleep as well. Programs are awesome, but you know what's even more awesome than programs? Being healthy. And how do you be healthy? Get good sleep. Alright, we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Oksama of Japan wants to hear Wipe Your Eyes by Maroon 5. And Mylene of the USA requested Towers by Little Mix. We just heard the songs Wipe Your Eyes by Maroon 5, followed by Towers by Little Mix. And it's time to get to our messages. I hope to see a lot more of your text messages for my text message. Remember, guys, tell me about those social media or text messages that you remember. Remembering to keep your title as my text. Now, going into my message, our first message from my message comes from Mylene from the USA saying, Benji, how was all your activities? Plans for the weekend? Just dropping by to say hi. Take care always. Plans for the weekend? I have none, but I have to practice because we are, going somewhere soon. Besides that as well, though, remember, guys and gals and Mylene, our activities were awesome. Thank y'all for supporting us during our live music broadcasts. Hopefully we will get to do more of them when we do come back, and it'll be super awesome and epic. Until then, we'll do some other stuff. Cool. So we're gonna check out two more songs. Better One of Turkey wants to hear 흥탄소년단 by BTS, and we'll follow it with Ring My Bell by Girls' Day. We just heard the songs 흥탄소년단 by 방탄소년단, followed by Ring My Bell by Girls' Day. If you watch the music video, there's a gentleman who comes out in the beginning, and I actually met that dude, and that dude is super, super nice. He was on Tour versus Tour on Tina's side when we did the Jeju Island edition of that. So if you want to go see him and check out his awesome personality, make sure to go catch that and watch it. The Jeju Island edition of Tour versus Tour. So actually, we are just going to go straight to two more songs because we have so much great music to get to in so little time. Shreya of Bangladesh's requested track, Mona Lisa by M Black, and we'll follow it with Sapun Sapun by AOA. Oh yeah! We just heard the songs Mona Lisa by M Black, followed by Sapun Sapun Like a Cat by AOA. AOA should do a comeback soon, and they should do a comeback when BIG promotes, so we can see AOA a lot. I mean, so we can learn a lot from our seniors. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Anyways, it's just the end of our first hour. We have another hour left, so remember to stick around for more message reading and awesome times for our Saturday show. Of course, in the second hour, it's all your guys' messages, so remember, if you want your message read on, Your message read on Music Access, put those up on our message board. We're going to check out the song that Unita of Indonesia requested, All My Life by Casey and JoJo, and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of BIG, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, January 30th was Newness by Music Soul Child. Who doesn't love Music Soul Child? The guy has a smooth voice, he's got this rockin' vocal line, he's just chill, yo. Especially, Just Friends, If You Leave, featuring Mary J. Blige. If you don't know these songs, make sure to check them out. Music Soul Child's got it going on. Now guys, here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and send us messages through the app using the comment function. And you can also listen to us by visiting our website www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we'll check out two songs before we get to more messages, starting with the song Stitches by Shawn Mendes, followed with Drive Darling by Boy. We just heard the songs Stitches by Shawn Mendes, followed by Drive Darling by Boy, and you're here with me, Benji of BIG, the host of Music Access, listening to our Saturday show. Continuing on from the first hour, we're introducing your messages sent in to us here at Music Access and listening to your song requests as well. Our first message for our second hour comes from Wilma Stevens from Down Under. Good day, Benji, Muji, and all the Music Access family. My name is Wilma, and I'm from Australia. I hope y'all had a great Saturday. I'm continuing to spend my Saturday afternoon cooking up some quick Rocky Road, but I'm curious, are there any quick treats that you like to whip up in the kitchen like Rocky Road? Why are my accents getting mixed up? What are some favorite quick and easy treats in the BIG Dome and the Music Access Studios? Who in BIG likes to cook? Thanks for always satisfying my curiosities, Benji and Muji. I hope one and all have a great weekend. Take care, stay safe, and well, everyone, whiting. In BIG, who can cook is more the question. Jaehoon makes great ramen. Minpyo can actually cook a little bit, and I can cook a little bit as well. There's not really any quick treats that we whip up in the kitchen though, because BIG does not cook at home, period. Although when I was in the States, one thing that I do in the morning is I chop up some veggies, dice them up, and I'd make omelets. So I'd either do an omelet, either I'd take, some croissant, lightly toast it. Remember guys, when you're toasting croissants in a frying pan, you don't need to add any kind of butter or any kind of oil. Because a croissant, it has so much butter already, it automatically, beautifully browns itself. And, you can make breakfast sandwiches like that. Besides that, in the Music Access Studios, the snacks that we usually eat are mostly kind of, cookies or, breads and stuff like that, with the occasional kind of coffee. And of course, the lovely treats that you guys send into us here are also a huge strength giver. Because, once in a while we get, stuff that you guys sent to us and we're like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. And it's delicious. And we're just like, wow, how come we don't have this here in Korea? Which, of course, no one can really answer because, commerce, and I know nothing about commerce. But anyways, besides that, though, that's about it. I think if we did have a little bit more time, I know Isak from our program before us loves to bake. So sometimes she brings in stuff she bakes. She also brings in bread that she bought sometimes. And I think she's really, really awesome at what she does. And of course, Xian, our guest on our Wednesday corner, said that before she liked to bake. So, still waiting on that. Hopefully she will bring in baked goods for us at some point. But until then, yeah, pretty much not really anything going on in the kitchens here in Korea. For at least Music Access and BIG. Do know about the other people. Anywho, we're going to check out two more songs as we continue on with our program. Tony of Italy wants to hear 네가 하면 Romance by K-Will featuring Davichi. And we'll follow it with Love Line by Hyorin, Bumki, and Juyoung. We just heard the songs 네가 하면 Romance by K-Will featuring Davichi, followed with Love Line by Hyorin and Bumki and Juyoung. Continuing on with messages, our next message comes from Anne Sophie from Malaysia saying, I want to see Benji call Eddie, Prince Mac, Jesse, G-Men of 15 and BIG members, Stephanie Isak, Jay, Aaron Crazino, etc. In the past, other shows like Super K-Pop and Catch the Wave used to have a phone call segment, and listeners would leave their numbers in a closed message and the staff would contact us. I've done several phone calls myself with Adrian Lee of Catch the Wave 4 times, Sam Carter of Super K-Pop, and Joe of Wonders of Jeju. Please let MA have one too. So we did get a message before about what if we had, me do phone calls with people. And, I considered it, why don't, on the, it's as simple as, we're on the air, just put the phone on speakerphone and, just call someone. But the thing is, especially nowadays, you need to let someone know that you're going to call them in advance. Especially because, on live broadcasts, they could say something that's not appropriate on the air. We wouldn't want, for example, just throwing stuff out there. We wouldn't want a certain someone to say like, hey, what's up, man? And then they say a swear word and then, the whole broadcast is shut down. So, of course, it's kind of, when it comes to calling other, idols and stuff like that, and other singers, that's kind of stuff that you need to be a little bit careful for. Otherwise, if we had a phone to call people with, though, can you imagine how high the calling rate would be? All these international phone calls? Unless we're using a computer program, which would be pretty awesome. But then again, I feel like phone calls, like, after school club, they have their corner where they do video chats with your favorite K-pop stars, which I think is super, super awesome. But then because it is a live broadcast and they're using live, internet and all that stuff, live internet, what does that mean? There are certain kind of, stuff that comes up, like, if someone's internet connection, conks out and stuff like that. So, if we do end up having a corner where we use phone calls, I'm sure we'll need to allocate a little bit of time for, trial and error. But it would be super awesome. And of course, who doesn't love hearing their favorite people on the radio? So if I did call, for example, Eddie or someone like that, he'd probably answer. And I'd be like, yo, you're on my radio. And I'd be like, cool. And, who knows who I could call? I might even call my dad. I'm not going to call my dad because international calling is expensive. Anywho, but that would be an awesome idea. Thank you for the idea. And I will kind of think about it. There's some stuff to think about. We're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our program. Leon Teo of Singapore wants to hear Fiction by Beast. And we'll follow it with 잠은 안 오고 배는 고프고 by Nine Muses. We just heard the songs Fiction by Beast followed by 잠은 안 오고 배는 고프고 by Nine Muses. I don't know, just this kind of, I was listening to Fiction and it kind of brought back a lot of memories because as a trainee, we did a lot of Beast songs and We did Breathe Swim Once, you know, the I Can't Help My Breathe, 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 boom, boom, which was, I think, the first song that they got #1 with, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I'm very often mistaken. And it was actually pretty hard, you know, putting all that together, putting all the movements, all the different kind of, formations together. But it was a lot of fun. And I gotta say, Beast has some pretty awesome choreo. And the songs, of course, are super awesome as well. Anyways, our next message comes from Danielle from Australia, saying, so while I cleaned my room, I found a lot of old school books with all my work in them. 10 of them were art books, and they were filled with so much work from the past 5 years. I flipped through them, and not only has my art improved, so has my handwriting. I really love going through all my stuff. It brings back old memories. Well, definitely, we are in the cyber generation, so to speak, which means that there will be times when we randomly find stuff. For example, we're going to look back, and I'm sure we'll find books or something that we've written in. Especially, now that I think about it, for me, when I go home, one of the things that I will probably go through is my junior high school and my high school yearbooks. Not so much for the pictures and all that stuff, but for the signatures, going around, getting messages from all these people, and, all my friends.